Nakumatt and Tuskys have today issued a statement on their planned merger, confirming that deliberations are ongoing. So let's take a look at what they have said, and from both sides, what they actually are looking towards. On the table, this is exactly what they were looking towards. Of course, being one of the key issues that has been coming up, one, they have been looking at what are the parameters on their synergies. Of course, that's being the first key issue, and how are they going to integrate? Of course, the issue has been how the two companies have been looking towards, of course, it's different systems, being the two largest retailers in the country right now. Second on the agenda was on the business integration, and third was looking at management strengthening, and of course being part of the key agendas on looking at how do they strengthen their management. At the same time, how do they also realign their managements going forward. And fourth on the agenda was on the acquisition of assets and mergers. So some of the deliberations that of course have been taking place was of course after looking at the parameters, looking at the business integration and management and acquisition of assets and mergers. The way forward that came about in the statement that was issued earlier today by of course the two supermarket chains was on the way forward, looking at the format agreement and of course how will this take in place, because these are two separate entities, with Nakumatt having acquired a large sum of debt and Tuskys of course coming in and inputting their funds to enable that the chain can come up and forming a different entity. Regulatory approval on the second one was of course the Competition Authority of Kenya has to approve these deliberations to look towards how will this play out, being the two largest supermarket chains, and how that will go forward. On third, we're looking at the stakeholder management. This includes the customers, the employees and the suppliers. How will they be paid? Of course, what we have on the ground is that they have not quite been told, especially the bank have been told of the intended merger, but of course the employees still have to get more information and many more towards the suppliers. And last but not least, on the fourth, they say they have strong business ties spanning over 40 years, and that of course will benefit them where they started actually from. That was in Nakuru County, and they say that will actually benefit their business relations going forward, and that will work for them. So just looking at this Nakumatt and Tuskys merger now, this is the deal. It's in the early stages and will take nearly a year to complete, as the valuation process is ongoing. Now, this deal will see the formalization of one entity to be owned by families controlling a majority of the stake that's in Nakumatt and Tuskys. Now, Dan Githua, that's the CEO of Tuskys Supermarket, has confirmed this. He also says that under the new entity, that is to be set to be unveiled very soon, it will pay out all the 2,000 Nakumatt stakeholders. This includes Brookside Dairies, that tops the list of creditors, claiming about 457 million shillings from the troubled chain. Now, details of this planned merger will be covered extensively on our lead story on the Business Daily.